Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to build a playbook for global competition. Yeah, no more guesswork. We are talking about a real, step-by-step guide to help you dominate pretty much any market out there.
This is the multi-billion-dollar question, right? It's what separates the true market leaders from, well, everyone else. And the good news? Today, we're going to hand you the key to solving it.
Look, if you're a global business, you know this feeling. It's overwhelming, right? Different markets, cultures, competitors coming at you from all sides. But here's the thing, it's a totally solvable challenge. The trick is to stop just reacting to everything and start strategizing with a solid, actionable playbook. So, you ready? Let's get into it.
We're calling this a quest for a reason. Winning globally isn't just about boring spreadsheets. It's a strategic adventure with a very clear prize at the end: market dominance. And like any good quest, ours has 3 key stages. Super simple. First, we survey the terrain. Then, we size up the rivals. And finally, we craft the winning move. That's it. Terrain, rivals, winning move.
All right, part 1, mapping your battlefield. So, let's dive into step 1, creating our map. You can't win the game if you don't even know what the board looks like, right? This first step is all about getting that big picture, strategic view of the entire world you're playing in.
But hold on, before you even think about that map, you have to ask the most important question. Why are we even doing this? What's our mission? Are we trying to find brand new market gaps, or are we just trying to position our current product better? Seriously, figuring out your why is absolutely crucial. It guides every single thing you do after this.
Okay, so this is what your battle map looks like in practice. And what's so powerful about this is just how quickly it gives you clarity. You lay out every region side by side and boom, the patterns just jump out at you. You can instantly see which markets are huge but kind of dead and which ones are small but just exploding with growth. Oh, and that industry maturity column, that's just a simple way to know if a market is like the Wild West, all new and chaotic, or if it's established and super crowded. This is your 30,000-foot view, the starting point for everything.
So, we've got our map, that's great. But a map of an empty battlefield, not super helpful, is it? Now it's time to zoom in and figure out who the other players on the board actually are. So who owns the market? A simple chart like this tells you the whole story in literally 2 seconds. You can see right away who the big dogs are, who the up-and-coming challengers are, and who's playing in the smaller niches. It's an instant snapshot of the power dynamics in any region. Okay, so knowing who your rivals are is one thing, but now you need to know how they tick. I want you to think of this next step like a strategic X-ray. We're looking right through them. What are they amazing at? Is it their brand, their tech? And maybe even more importantly, where are their cracks? Where are they vulnerable? Are their prices too high? Is their customer service terrible? Because every single one of their weaknesses is a potential door opening for you.
And that's the whole point of the X-ray, right? Once you see their vulnerabilities, you can choose your weapon. How are you going to exploit those openings? This is where you look at what makes you special. Is it your cutting-edge tech? Maybe it's your incredible customer experience, or maybe you just have a killer price point. These are your secret weapons, the things you're going to use to win.
But let's be real. Every new territory has its own set of walls you have to climb. We're talking about things like tricky government regulations, deep-seated cultural habits, or just competitors who have been there forever. Knowing what these barriers are ahead of time is just smart. It stops you from wasting a ton of money and energy on a fight you are never going to win anyway.
All right, let's recap. We've mapped the terrain, we've analyzed the rivals, and we've identified the obstacles. I know, it can feel like a lot, but honestly, this is where it all comes together. This is where the quest gets really fun. Now we take all that info, all that intelligence, and we turn it into our winning move. This is where all that hard work pays off.
And the tool for that is the classic SWOT analysis. Yeah, you've probably seen it before, but it's a classic for a reason. For every single region you're looking at, you get this incredibly clear picture. Here are our internal strengths and weaknesses, and here are the external opportunities and threats we've found. This little 4-box grid, it becomes the absolute foundation for your strategy in that specific market.
Because here's the thing, and it's so important. Data is just data. A finished SWOT chart is just a box filled with facts. As the saying goes, the crucial point is to move from analysis to insight. You have to use all this to actually make a choice.
And what does that choice look like? It looks like this. After all that work, the mapping, the analysis, you should be able to boil your entire complex global strategy down to one simple, powerful number. In this case, 3.
These are the top 3 regions where we have the absolute best chance to win. That's it. No more confusion. This is focus. This is what clarity feels like. Okay, so once you have those top regions locked in, the last move is to zoom in even further. I mean, get super specific. It is not enough to just say, okay, we're going into Germany. Nah, winning is about saying, we're going to target this specific group of underserved customers in Germany, the ones our biggest competitor completely ignores. See the difference? That's how you actually win.
But, and this is a big but, remember that your playbook isn't something you write once and then just stick on a shelf. The battlefield is always changing. Your competitors are making moves, customers are changing their minds, so you have to keep score. By tracking key things, we call them KPIs, like your market share, what's happening with pricing, and how customers are feeling, you can tweak your strategy in real time. It's what keeps your playbook alive and kicking. So, there you have it, a really clear 3-part framework to build your own global competition playbook. We mapped the terrain, we analyzed the rivals, and we crafted a winning strategy. The playbook is officially in your hands now. So the only question left to ask is, how are you going to write your next chapter?